Morning, everyone. Welcome to Silver Crow Tarot. I'm Lindsay. Thanks for stopping by. I was tagged recently by Angel at Feeding My Soul 1212 to do the butterfly book tag that was created by Beverly Butterfly. Go check out her channel, Beverly's channel and Angel's channel, if you haven't already, and maybe you want to do the tag as well. So I'm going to try and make this quick. This is my third time trying to do this video in the last hour because of noise. So let's see if I can get through it really quick and before anyone makes any more noise. Okay, the first prompt is, what witchcraft specialty draws you to buying a new book? Anything that piques my interest. I mean, really. Tarot-based, ancestral spells, woo. I don't care. I love woo because my mind is wide open. I mean, seriously, I like to read anything that I happen to be interested in at the moment, and sometimes I'll just pick something up because I'm curious, and then I go down a rabbit hole. But a couple books that I have that I use are Spells for Living Well by Phyllis Curott. She did the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, which I absolutely adore. And I really like, now see, I'm talking tarot. I really like the way she flipped the Major Arcana. It actually makes sense to me. So this one is very well used. You can see all the dog ears I have through here. So if it's going to bother you, and I'll give you heads up, I dog ear, I highlight, I write with pencil, I write with pen, I make notes throughout my books. And that's probably because I'm an English major, and all through college, that's what I did. I wrote throughout all my books. I didn't resell my books at the end unless someone really was interested in my notes. It's just the way I am. They're my books. I do me. So this one has a lot of spells in here, and I have done some of these spells that are dog-eared, and some are dog-eared for me to do at a later time. But this is a very good book, I do believe. Yeah, it's Hay House produced. The Book of Candle Magic by Madame Pamita, Candle Spells, Secrets to Change Your Life. I don't know that my life has been completely changed by this book, but some things have changed, and that's a fact. I am a fire sign. I loved working with fire magic. I love working with candles and flame magic. I'm not a pyromaniac. No. I just like the warmth, and I like the glow of candles, and I think that they're pretty magical themselves. But this, if you're into candle magic, this is a pretty good book. She's got a lot of information in here. I do follow Madame Pamita on her YouTube channel. But we've got all sorts of stuff in here. We have practical magic, magic words, customizing your spell candle, planning your spells, making magic candles, the special magic of figural candles. That's interesting. I need to read more about that. Power in numbers, candle spell layouts, cabinet of curiosities, candle reading, some pizzazz, creating your grimoire. And I did create a grimoire. Then we have magical herbs, gems, shells, talisman, a list of symbols. There is a lot of knowledge in this little hardbound book, hardcover book, I should say. And I really enjoy it. Interestingly enough, and I have read through most of this book. I usually pick it up when I have something specific in mind, but I have not, as you can see, I have not dog-eared, I have not written, I have not highlighted in this book. Don't ask me why. I don't know if that's because, oh, I just told a lie, didn't I? Didn't I just tell a lie? There's one little dog ear right here, and that's the index. I don't know, maybe I hold this book sacred. I'm not sure, or maybe I didn't have anything handy at the moment. Anyway, this is a gem of a book if you want to learn about candle magic or flame scrying, which I love to do. Okay, next. The next prompt is, which book in your collection do you read daily? I have 2 books, and then I have something that's not actually a book, but it is witchy, and I look at it every single day. Okay, the first one is, I hope this you can see all this. It's a big monster. This is Sasha Graham's 365 Tarot Spells, Creating the Magic in Each Day. I do have it bookmarked for today. And today, August 16th. And this can be, because this is not based on a year, this book can be used all the time, every year, year after year after year after year after year. If that's the way you want to do it. This one is Gain the Edge in Competition spell, using the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. The only person I compete with is myself, so how can I get an upper hand over myself here? I'm going to read this a little later. I haven't read it today yet, but I don't know that this is something I will do a spell for, but I'm sure that in here, and what I've found is that there is knowledge. Even if I'm not doing the spell, I gain something from reading each day. I'm looking forward to this one tomorrow. The Eucalyptus Banish Bad Habits spell. I don't have any eucalyptus on hand, but I can smell eucalyptus when I say the word eucalyptus. I can breathe in and I can actually smell it. So I may be doing this tomorrow. Wouldn't that be nice? Banish some bad habits. I have a few bad habits that I'd like to banish. The next one is, and I'm going to have to pull my tablet out for this because I have this on my Kindle, and it is Deborah Blake's A Year and a Day of Everyday Witchcraft, 366 Ways to Witchify Your Life. There she is. Beautiful Deborah Blake. Love her. So today is not a spell or anything, but it's a poem, and it's a poem by Emily Jane Bronte in 1840. I'll hold that up, and if you want to maybe screenshot it, you can. But it says to try this, and I like that each day it says try this. Step outside this evening and notice the summer sights, sounds, and smells. Don't worry, you don't have to do it at midnight. And that's a good thing because I'm rarely up at midnight. But I can take that with me when we travel because my tablet goes with me. So the big book, Sasha Graham's book, stays here at home, and I use it when I'm here. But Deborah Blake's book I can take all the time with me, and so I look at hers every single day. And the other one is this calendar, one of these type of calendars. And this one is, I believe it's a Llewellyn calendar. It is a Year of the Witch by Temperance Alden. And I've been using these for probably the last, I know at least 3 years, maybe longer than that. But it's just an everyday information. This one today, or for this weekend, it says, in nature's simplicity and beauty lies a profound gateway to inner tranquility. Beyond the chaos of everyday life, nature provides a space for quiet reflection and spiritual alignment. Embracing nature isn't just about physical presence, it's also about allowing your soul to harmonize with its rhythm. So probably from all 3 of these, I will be out in nature today, floating in my pool because it is hot as Hades outside here in Central Florida. And yesterday I was out there doing the same thing, watching the hawks overhead. I was looking at the clouds because I love to, I don't know if you call it cloud scrying. I do, but maybe no one else does. I just like watching the clouds, and you know, I'm kind of weird. I asked for a message yesterday from the clouds, and I got one. And I was really quite surprised, but it was very, very cool. It was very, very cool. But I listened to the birds out there, and, I watched the clouds overhead, and I just, that's being in nature for me. Then I went out barefoot in the grass and gave some grapes to the birds. I scattered them around the yard and stuff. But it's just little things I can do to connect me to nature. I wish I still lived in the country. I wish I still lived with woods surrounding me and no sounds of humans, just the animals and the birds and the trees and, but I don't. So I have to make whatever magic I can, and I suppose that's why I have 3 that I look at every day. Okay. Next prompt 3. What non-witchcraft book has inspired your practice? Ancestral Tarot. This sort of started it. I wanted to work with my ancestors, and while going through the first few pages of this, I mean, really the first working with and calling on and asking for, etc., for your ancestors to come through, an ancestral witch came through. And that surprised me. So I have a pendulum, and I think I showed that showed that to you, that I have, pardon me, I need a sip of water. Oh, sorry. That I use a pendulum with, and I created my own little pendulum message board, and I will talk to her. I asked her if I could say her name. She's not interested in that, so I will not be sharing her name, but she and I talk to each other. So this one prompted me to pick up the Ancestral Grimoire. Again, Nancy Hendrickson. And this has been great. I've been having a blast with this when I pick it up. And it will go by months. So, and each month has sort of a different topic to it, which is really cool. And I love this. I absolutely love this book. So working with my ancestors with this, and I still use this for just regular ancestors, non-ancestors who did not practice witchcraft. Let me put it that way. Like my grandpa. He did not practice witchcraft. So I will use this for him as well. But it really sort of set me into set me on a different path of working with ancestral magic. And I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. So thank you, Nancy Hendrickson. And I recommend these books if you are into any type of ancestral work or using tarot. I definitely recommend these books. Okay, who is your favorite witch author and why? I don't have one in particular. Sorry, I'm going to turn my page here. Bear with me. I don't have one in particular. I like everyone because I find something of value in whatever I read. My daughter gave me this thick, I mean it's thick. It's a tome of a witchcraft sort of book written back in late 70s, early 80s or something. I don't have it with me. It's in a box out in the garage, but mainly because it smells like cigarette smoke, and I can't stand to have cigarette smoke in my house. It just it burns my nose and my eyes. But I've pieced through and pulled things out of that. I have no idea who it's written by, but it had some things of value that I wanted to use and think about stuff. So it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I will say I do like Deborah Blake. Who doesn't like Deborah Blake? Well, maybe someone doesn't, but I do, So I guess if I had to say favorite, mainly because I'm using her or reading her stuff at the moment, I will go with her. The next one is, if you could write a witchcraft book, what would it be? Okay, well, that's never going to happen. But if I could, if I had the patience, if I had the time and the patience, I would probably write a book on sewing magic. If it involves a needle or a hook, like crochet or knitting needles, or sewing machine or hand sewing, I have done it. I can do it. I've done crewel work. I've done cross stitch. I've done needlepoint. I've done rug hooking. I've done it all because I love to work with my hands, and I love to create something intricate like that with my hands. But if I were going to write a witchcraft book, it would probably be about sewing magic, how to set intentions, how to sew sigils into whatever it is you're making, manifesting in your crafts, in your clothes, in your journals. A couple years ago, I had a piece of, like a long, thin piece of canvas. I gave it to my daughter. That's why I don't have it. But I sewed a sigil on that piece of canvas, a long sigil on that piece of canvas, and then I backed it with interfacing, a real thick sort of interfacing, fleecy interfacing in it, and then put a backing and sewed that together and put a hole and a tag on it and made her a bookmark, so that she always has that sigil to put in the books that she uses. I will often make, whenever I get a new journal, if I don't make my, even when I make my junk journals and stuff for journaling, but if I buy a journal to just journal in, I will make a pocket on the inside flap of it. And let me see if I can show you here. This is my current little journal I'm using, and yes, I did a little rub-on crow on there. But see, I put a little pocket. I just took a piece of I don't know, journaling paper that I have. On the back of this, there's a sigil. And it's not just drawn on there, but obviously you can't see it because it is hidden. There's a piece of cloth on the back of there it's just a small piece of cloth, probably about that big or so, like this. I can feel it. You can't see it because I glued it on the back. I didn't sew it on here. I glued it on the back because I don't know why I didn't sew it on here. Normally I do. But there's a sigil on the back of this on a piece of cloth that I sewed, and I do that for setting the intention for the journal. And then at the end, when my journal is complete, this is already down, but lately I've been buying journals that have this. So I will put a closing sigil on here, a closing and protection sigil, and I will probably sew that as well, and then just tack it down with some glue or something. Just glue it in here to close and protect this journal. One little thing I do. So yeah, that's what it would be. How to do some sewing magic, or even hand sewing. The jeans that I'm working on right now, I have already sewed it, and I'll show you all when it's done. I've sewn my pentacle to put on the jeans already, and then on the inside of the jeans, on the pocket on the inside of the jeans, I will sew another sigil. Okay. If someone wants to write a book about sewing magic and stuff like that, let me know. If you know of one, let me know, because I'm going to buy it. I will buy it from somebody, but I don't have the patience to sit down and write it, and that is funny to me because when I was in the military, I wrote I can't even count how many standard operating procedures I wrote, how many technical manuals I wrote. Then I was in college, and I'm an English major, and I wrote short stories and poetry, and I just did so much, but I just don't have the patience to sit down and do it. So let me know if you know of a sewing magic book. Okay, prompt number 6. Show 3 books from your to-be-read pile. Okay, here we go. 3 books. This is really new. It came in right after we got back at the beginning of July. So I haven't really had time to go through it yet, but it's on my to-be-read, and it is The Essence of Tarot, Using Essential Oils, Magic, and Rituals to Empower Your Readings by Mary K. Greer. Forward by Judica Isles. I think that's how I pronounce her name. Isles? I'm not sure. But one, I love the cover of the book. I think the cover is really, really pretty. The book goes into, obviously, we're going to make oils and rituals based on tarot. And she has it broken down: essential oils, magic history about the tarot, imagination and aroma imaging, tarot oils, magical ritual, tarot oil techniques, tarot spreads, a lifetime and year cards, the personality and soul cards. This is pretty interesting here. A master chart of essential oils, notes, and bibliography. We've got charts and tables here. I just went straight, there's a forward, she does all that, but I went straight to and marked the beginning, so the full. Air and Uranus. And she talks about the full, then she talks about fennel. I have not read this yet. She talks about fennel. And what is this? Neoli? Another one? I guess another plant for the oil. Neoli frees us from the effects of physical forces and instincts. Okay, I get that. And then we go to the magician. Dill, lemongrass, storax. I am not a green witch. I will tell you that. I love plants. I love aromas. But these are not things that I consciously, intentionally use, except when I'm crafting a spell, and then I use some herbs and stuff like that, whatever I have on hand that I think will work. But I'm not a green witch, but I'm interested in learning. So I thought this was a pretty cool. Oh, anointing. Oh, see, she's got all sorts of stuff in here. Yeah, I want to read this. I bought it because I want to read it. So I will get around to that. The next one is Tarot Every Which Way. Unlock the Power of the Cards for Spellcraft and Magic by Lilith Dorsey. Forward by Silver Ravenwolf. I'm really interested in this. Really am. I mean, I've started. You can see and tell you what interested me the most here. Spells and recipes. You know, so I've gone through and highlighted some of the things that the first thing I saw when I opened this was lemon pound cake, my favorite cake in the world, lemon pound cake. So I had to highlight that, and then I went, ooh, I love sangria, and then it just, you know, I started highlighting everything. But it breaks it down into the major arcana, then it goes to each of the individual suits. Can you see this? Here we go. Choosing the deck, your cards and you, tarot altars and shrines, crystals, herbs, and gardens, tarot questions and spreads. We have a conclusion, recommended reading, bibliography, and contributor bibliographies. So I am definitely, I mean, some I've already sort of pulled out. I am in a Wheel of Fortune year this year. This is my card of the year, so I checked that one out right away and highlighted some things. I need to come back to it. I want to read the whole darn book. And I think the next one I want to, because, you know, I'm Sagittarius, so we got to do what Sagittarians do. And that is check out Temperance. Temperance means moderation and self-restraint. Go me. And temperance is something I have to practice every single day. But we have meanings and correspondences. We have crystals. We have herbal. We have other, horse, dog, Sagittarius, Jupiter, a G note. I have no clue what a G note is. Magical and culinary recipes. What is this? Fire and ice oil. Oh, see, I like that. I guess that's like Tiger Balm. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. What else we got in here? Ginger pecan spread. Oh, cream. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. On a bagel, that'd be lovely. Journeying with temperance. So I guess she's going to take you on a journey with all this. And a temperance gree bag spell. My daughter is very good at gree bag spells. Man, she made one for me, and holy cow, did it work. I was yeah, I was shocked, but it worked. Something definitely I want to try, but it goes through, as you can see, and I've got things dog-eared on here. What is this? This is probably working with yeah, the wands, and then the different. Let's see what she has. Now I marked these, but I haven't actually gone through with them. So it tells you about each card, numbered card. Then we have court cards, wands, incense. I do not make my own incense, but it certainly gives me a jumping off point here. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And fire crystals. I have this, I have this, I have this. And when I'm working with candle magic, I also pull these out. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. And, you know, then it goes through the suits, your cards, and you. Just a little shuffling thing, tarot altars and shrines, but this is definitely a book I'm going to get into a lot more and walk through each of the major arcana and go through the rest of it. But so far, I'm what I've seen, I should say, what I've seen, what I've read, what I've highlighted, I've been very pleased with. I like that. Okay, Psychic Witch, a metaphysical guide to meditation, magic, and manifestation, forward by Devin Hunter, and it is written by Matt Aron. I started this. I don't know how or why I got sidetracked, but it has to be, when did this book come out? I bought it the year it came out. Let's see here. There's Matt Aron. It came out in 21. Okay, I bought it in 21. I think, or 22. 21 or 22. Yeah. I got this far. And then I don't think I went any farther. And I don't know why. Probably because as I get distracted easily. I really do. You know, another book comes in. It's like, oh, I want to read this. And then this one sort of ended up sitting in my little bookcase over there, and I ended up putting books in front of it, and it sort of got to the back. But this is something that I need to pull out, and I need to read. I just do. Because, one, I like Matt Aron. I like the way he writes. And I know that there's stuff in here that I need to know, and I need to do, and I need to tap more into whatever, and we all have some form or various forms of psychic abilities, and you know, and developing. I know that I do, but I need to work on developing them. So those are my 3 books, and the last prompt number 7 is tag 3 people. Now, I'm going to tag 3 people, but I go rogue like I do. I'm going to tag 4 people. People who I watch, people on TarotTube, and I like their channels, but there is no pressure. There's no pressure. If you don't want to share, don't worry about it. But if you just want to have a look at the prompts and just use it yourself, go for it. But I just want you to know there is no pressure to do this. But the 3 people I am tagging are Laurie at Craggy Brook witchery. Love her channel. I love all the things she does. Giselle at Mad Witch. I haven't seen a post from Giselle in a while, and she has got some books, and I would love to see her books. Angela at Communing with Cards. I love Angela's channel. I like her content. I like when she's excited and talks about a tarot deck that she gets in and why and how she's working with it. I want to know if she's reading witchy stuff. I don't know if she identifies as a witch, not sure, but I would love to see. And Aradia at Aradia Arcanum. She has a witchy channel, and I would love to know what books Aradia reads. So thank you so much. Thank you, Angel, for tagging me in this, and thank you, Beverly, for putting the tag out. This was fun to do. It made me get out some books and realize, these are some I need to read up on, some I need to continue reading, some I need to work with. And it also made me think about some I want to buy. See, already. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, peace and love. Bye.